Just a sign. Hey, gotta remember, new coach for T1 as well, you know, getting to step up the promotion through. But right now, what's gonna happen around middle? Hermes, of course, the rookie, staying tucked away inside of the smokes with a frenzy. He does find one. Buzz, though, dives forward.
Bane needs to be really careful here because of the susceptibility towards the tower play, and he's going to have to start to fall on back. There's pings on the floor as well. He's got a guiding light, but he needs some teammates to be able to help him here.
Yeah, can't quite find the shots for now. Just toss the bird, but still the team falling all around him. He's run out of ammo, and T1 gets their way with the sight.
That is not the way that you want those bullets to be shooting out of that barrel, unfortunately. Now, Marco and Hermes to see if they're going to be able to retrieve things here.
An attempt at least. Hermes is so darn low. Mako, I don't know, might have some positioning, but look at where Izu is. Does go down to Hermes. 2 from T1, doubled up.
Yep, the fact that Hermes finds 1 on 17 HP, required.
Elbow. Flash just gets sent over as well. Oh, and just as you mentioned it, unfortunately still goes down at the end. Mako looking for some favorable duels, but T1 aren't giving up nada.
Well,
just one shot. Just one shot, all right. He's got still a lot more to go, and the spike's not going to give it up to him, so this round, unfortunately, is going to be done. T1 should be taking it, but Mako's going to look to drag down as many bodies down with him as possible.
Yeah, we all do sink in the end, don't we? So whilst the pistol goes T1's way.
Good angle to hold as well. Anticipation for now. Hermes comes in to check, but unfortunately will eat too much damage, which would be very telling for Bane to hold just exactly. Mako as well up to Garage. And there go the salvos, completely flushing T1 out into the open, where unfortunately they will meet their doom. Munchkin able to hang on by a thread. Gets the spike down at the very least. Special delivery as well, though, and unfortunately that's where he gets completely lit up.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of damage, though, dealt in the round for T1. Bane, Hyunmin falling, a plant as well. And maybe even taking out some opponents to steal some weapons. 50 seconds to go. This is going to be an all 5 to A for T1.
Freeing his utility going to be quite key as well as the opening shot. Ooh, crouched.
Yeah, you do like to see that now, drawing out the utility nice and early, but everyone's getting caught with util in hands. Buzz with an inch of his life.
They're also getting tagged down, as you mentioned. Yep, 5 HP onto site, sure, but at what cost? The rest of the team from DRX just hovering around, waiting for the right time.
I mean, this should just be as simple as a flash in from Marco and from Bane, perhaps. Meteor overplays things for a free frag for Hermes.
Yeah, it felt like he needed to, I guess, but, you know, what happens? Buzz, at the very least, does have Showstopper, but he's way too low to use it. So, flash from Mako, lined up, and now going in with Blast Pack. Showstopper ripped anyway, just to try to force their opponents to respect it, but Mako just goes swinging it anyway. Munchkin alongside Izu. On the other end of the site, Mako will be quick to react. Izu trying to sneak forward, but he hears the tap. The pressure is on. Does get one tap off of his opponents, but the spike still getting stuck. He actually manages to take them one by one. It's a Red Bull clutch to knock it as a home run.
Well, that is a big, big play from Izu to come through. I guess Wei, you're probably having the safeguard in that situation, as if there was maybe a dark cover on the smoke to protect the defuse. Opening sit down though from Hermes onto Izu.
He's been getting more and more confident with the mid peaks.
Izu down. Hermes maybe getting a little bit overzealous here as well, because Marco's not going to be able to get any sort of quicker trade. That's that gun gone. It's irretrievable.
Unsettling when you don't see anything from T1. All of a sudden they just go on through Garage, especially with the flash that was meant to slow them down. They still break on through. Nades will break apart the formation though. So one into Garage, one to try to retrieve the spike.
You almost feel like you've got a TP out of here of Munchkin perhaps, although by the timing and the sit back onto the site, he starts to get it all done with Meteor, and they strike to try and fix things here. Freeing though, there's that outlaw. It was Izu's. Wants the other gun, but Herd, no.
Just waiting for the spike. Meteor should have.
10 seconds left.
You never quite know what's happening on the stage. 10 seconds left, and now freeing, beginning to peak. Shot's not quite perfect though, but the special delivery. Oh,
he would have had a slight timing to be able to find him instead of bringing out that util. And Munchkin just grabs him. A recovery quack for T1. Bane needs to be really careful that he didn't rejiggle on that line. Just spotting out the toes of Munchkin. You're not sure what weaponry is around the corner, what investments do lie here. Hermes, well, he's going to give Munchkin a bit of a headache. That gun is retrievable for the next soldier to have at it.
Otherwise, just really looking out for whoever might have picked up the rifle, and that's going to be Izu. Slightly revealed now, and especially the Prowler play. Oh, God, you're absolutely right.
You have a judge. You can't be bringing out utility in that moment. You have to just roar with it, and Armageddon had to be layered down. 10 seconds to force a spike plant.
Just freeing in the corner. Can they really push on through far enough to get it stuck? Freeing denies every possibility. Despite Buzz's kills, unfortunately, the round is over.
Yeah, but he will be getting that plan to get one step closer towards the showstopper as well. So you do get a little bit of a promise that you want to find that in the next round, and you should be promised to find it. Especially when this dark cover goes down, he is isolated.
Still looking for the right position to play, though. Nightfall does get sent through. Unfortunately, he will have to just eat that. Teammates arriving all around him, but not quite the opportunity that he wants. Hermes will go diving in. Hyunmin with a showstopper as well, but it doesn't quite connect. So Pit now deployed. T1 regaining some control over the site. DRX not backing down just yet. Trailblazers been spent as well, so Mako, Hyunmin holding on to the utility that they have. Try to line things up. Flash across into the pit. Get some dives forward. We've already spotted out Stacks. He will unfortunately hit the deck. Where could the final two possibly be? Izu tried to thwart it with a pop flash, but Bane triangulates wallbang through. DRX managed to make the situation workable.
Yeah, you think at the end there, TikTok, you got to go to wriggle on DRX. You kind of have to. He needs a way to get a paranoia into the back of sight for his team to get through heaven.
Well, Hermes up around screens, still holding on to everything that they've got. It's all down to the fights as T1 just looks to waterfall down. 10 seconds left, and Hyunmin does not let them pass. Spike being tapped now off to the swing. 4th kill in the round. And Munchkin's just not going to let him have it.
Not at all. They need to get in your face and hitting their shots, which, to be honest with you, a lot of us were begging for, but had yet to see.
Oh, well, careful what you might wish for. This might be the round. Look at the flash! Oh, Mako just could not see for the love of him. And all of a sudden, it's just freeing, and Hyunmin left, but hold that thought because Hyunmin still has a lot more to say. Turns around, though. Stacks managing to find square on picture perfect shot. Freeing. Just wants to probably save.
Well, I begged to see a couple of shots from T1 just there. Freeing might not even survive.
Thrifty.
No, reacted just enough, but other than that, very well said.
It is more honorable.
Oh, not sure just yet.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to get a wriggle on towards this B side. Right, and ready right now.
T1. It's all again with the executes. Off with the flashes from Bane, trying to thwart it, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. And one by one, they start to trade. The showstopper even deployed, but only able to bring it down to the 1v2.
Freeing did pick up the Armageddon in this. Special delivery and salvos. How vintage do we start to get at the moment for him in a 1 versus 2?
What do you reckon?
It's 50%. He wins it or he doesn't, right?
Abilities to possibly flesh out his opponent's positions. Oh, look at Meteor. What positioning? Unfortunately,
so
swung
quick.
at the wrong time, and all it took was one tap. Izu tucked in the worst possible spot as well. It's the first one that goes checked. Oh no, might be false information. Freeing. Unfortunate as Izu appears out from where he thought he cleared.
Last round before
That's a good. Again, showing presence will always keep you invested in doing some sort of body play over at A. Hermes loses the pit for the last round of this half as well. Being caught in a position individually once more.
Well, Seekers will go out at least from Bane, just trying to And any sort of reaction, T1 will stay away from it.
And if you just want to try and maximize things here as T1, you settle for a little bit, you start to have a little bit of this control that you've relinquished, gathered back by Prowlers perhaps. Stacks can drop in a Nightfall. Izu's one away from the Dimensional Drift too. As I say that, he'll pick it up, but only in death.
You crack me up, man. Well, looks like they're going to start to compete for this middle positioning, though. Both teams going in for it. Buzz coming out on top, but it's still a 2v2. Mako wanting to peek out. He's cleared out the information, sends out the flash to hold them back.
It's 30 seconds. You can buy so much time right now for DRX as well with the Armageddon, with the salvos.
Yes.
And I love the position that Freeing does slots into. Doesn't need to commit himself to the ramp play because the longer that T1 take, the stronger this utility becomes.
As well as if he finds a shot, but unfortunately it's just revealed for now. Looking for the right time to use utility. Will he get caught out with it? Meteor. Oh, that was close.
He missed the foresight on dropping that down early for the timing on the plant. He's missed the timing, Freeing, which feels a little bit uncharacteristic given his history on this agent. Now Marco versus 2.
It's possible to toss out a progression smoke, but Meteor's too slippery. So the first half ends 7-5 in favor of T1. Yes, indeed. Back into it.
Early info off the rip. So you've got the right positions poised for success here for T1, you'd assume. Unless we just run in to take the fight.
They had the flash, they thought it was good enough, but unfortunately that's where 2 of their key players fall. Meteor trying to dance around to stay alive, but still not enough. Look at this entire DRX army just marching, claiming this B-side on the pistol.
That's just death by 1,000 cuts at the the end of that one, it feels like, for
Classics,
T1.
yeah.
They're just getting classic, they're just getting tagged, you flashed, you salvoed, you... It's definitely going to be a big call for DRX to just ensure he's inserted there to stay as an option for later.
Good enough option. Might not even be necessary, especially with Mako spotting out so much. Fake TP, re-peek at some point. Izu coming in to investigate, but that's where he will fall.
And the only reason why Hermes does pretty much go through towards A is because of that confirmed information that Marco finds in towards mid. Bane gonna get out of that. And now it's Hermes time.
1 enemy remaining.
All of a sudden. And the Marshall kill to finish. Tied up score. Fantastically played, DRX.
Exploration for DRX up through mid. Buzz also tagged to half HP. We're starting to chip away at this T1 health department. Hermes, well, he does find the wrong timing in towards the A site, removed from the equation. The cut wall over at B, no longer usable.
Yeah, fully revealed DRX's strategy then. So all for T1 to try to set things up. Unfortunately, utility not quite landing in time. Bane and Hyunmin will still be able to break them apart. Buzz claiming 2 though. So it's still a 2v2 at the end.
Plant goes down, special delivery for Freeing. What's your Ricochet look like? Or what's the double call, the double swing? It doesn't matter as Izu lays them to rest.
Ridiculous! Crouch down, 2 kills in the subsequent. Especially if it is DRX.
Well, it will be.
Been spotted.
They have to. Trailblazer in. Destroyed before you can spot further position onto Izu. Got a bailout strategy. You can't break those birds no more. And he gets shut down.
Quick punish. Perhaps a launching pad for DRX into the B site.
You hear that judge though. Scares you a little bit. 40 seconds to go. Do you decide to retreat or try to bully your way in? Omen and Raze confirmed.
Showstopper. That will be the bully's tool, taking off the judge, but Buzz! Instant flicks, back to back, he takes down 3.
He's sending him to the moon with that one. Now Hermes, he's just going to get the message, unfortunately, a little bit too late this time. 1 versus 3, Spike, ungatherable. 10 seconds to sit and hold, and T1 will come away with the round after some...
The call will be for DRX to regroup, though.
This one, obvious. Ramp orb at the right timing. Stealth drone, you were looking forward as well to remove the TP, but it goes off yonder, and DRX get into the site. There's a little bit of time to pick up here in any scrappy affairs. It does look like it's going to be a 5v5 retake.
Showstopper, though. It's going to be pretty tricky position as well, however, for DRX. Hermes tucked underneath. Bane beginning to go off on a bit of a journey. I don't know how much time that's going to take. So we will start off with initial artillery onslaughts. Snake bites in a common position. Hyunmin popping off. Buzz answering back with a showstopper, and Izu with an op shot onto site as well. Hermes still tucked underneath, but finally sussed out by Buzz. Bane shows up at the last second, but it's way too late. Mako, what have you got? The spike has been defused.
And Stax is just going to go for the old Ferrari peek in that one to make sure that we've got time on our side. Now that the salvos do lock Meteor out, you will stealth drone through, TP as well. Try to establish some control in towards this site, but you kind of have to look to go further perhaps. Freeing only has that Armageddon. The rest of your utility is pretty much null.
Yeah, I've spent so much. Izu does have Dimensional Drift as well in for the retake protocols.
May as well use it, 5 versus 5. You're gonna get this one started now. Ooh.
Oh! I wasn't expecting this. I don't think he's been checked.
Oh,
no!
What a shot! I need Meteor POV on that one.
Unbelievable blunder, but also amazing from Meteor. Still though, onto the site. The Stingers are still stinging! Somehow, it's just Buzz left out from ramp. He's looking for the right angles, but running out of time as well. He's starting to feel the pressure. Lines up the first shot, unbeknownst to him though, Bane. Now spotted at the end. They're starting to peek off one after the other. Buzz completely overwhelmed by this DRX with fully equipped Stingers.
For DRX.
Potential ult as well. They want to execute with it.
There's
Buzz will at least check out towards the back, so one less problem to worry about. There goes the showstopper, Izu. Quick to respond. Buzz out from heaven has perfect line of sight outside of the choke point, so DRX feels like they can't make it through. Somehow the showstopper does not kill Mako.
Too shallow.
But he's still alive and kicking. 20 seconds. Still looking for a way back into the site. Stacks out with a classic. Izu out from behind. Enough damage done. And this round should be gone. Not unless Mako truly pulls off
10 seconds left.
a miracle. Starting to get surrounded, Komodo.
Mate, it's 2 HP. It doesn't matter if they're whiffing their shots right now. They know exactly where he can be. They hear no TPs in towards the smoke. They know he's got to push out of this at some point in time. This is easy for Izu as he gets the 3K in the end. T1 will hit map point first.
Easy for Izu. Well said.
There can be a bit of a deeper line, so we'll go trade for trade in the drone sense of things.
The flash being forced out as well. Nightfall now comes in. Ooh, this completely throws a wrench into DRX's plans. The sprays will do wonders for T1. Munchkin,
yeah,
lapping on the 2.
Absolutely discombobulates you, and now it is a flank that is starting to close the curtains on this map, you would assume. And again, you are kind of okay giving them the sight right now in a 5 versus 3. But Izu is going to make that even better. Making it a 5 versus 2.
Insurmountable odds. As soon as Meteor cleared out ramps, man, this round was, unfortunately, almost done. DRX just trying to hold on to this thread desperately right now. Okay, Meteor still carefully flanking, skulking. It's not even needed. Hermes onto the site, executed by Izu. 13-8. T1 takes away DRX's map pick.
Yeah, feeling a little bit too good in this one. Everyone kind of stepping up a little bit more so.
Sure chance for T1 to end up winning this all. Now, when we started this, the prediction was a bit like, okay, this is DRX's map. Like, surely this is the map they might end up winning out, but...
He's going to have a field day in trying to figure out, and it's just going to be the wrong situation for him at the moment. Or is it? Marco.
Interesting.
Aware.
Wow. We'll just find the first blood. Should he expect another?
Well, he is.
Meanwhile, though, just out towards Baths, a big splash out for DRX. They're the ones who come out on top of this little exchange.
Yeah, Marco was absolutely aware the second flank was going to be probable there. And you don't even need to care about Meteor in this round either. Freeing hanging around to dispatch of him. It is a pistol round that goes DRX's way in a bit of an unorthodox fashion. With your Yoru at quick rotate, if required, towards the B site. Eventually to expire, and a pop flash play in the showers. The Hermes does escape in.
Turned away so he doesn't get hit by a headshot, but still, the rest of the team looking to explode off of it. Unfortunately, quickly caught. Meteor, Munchkin, they're all prepared. All the mollies at the right spot.
Yeah, Hellman gets smacked there.
Information nonetheless, and trying to work off of it. Buzz
30 seconds left. Doing a thing.
Trying to go off for a quick peek here and there. Refresh back into safety, and he's gotten what he's looked for. Meteor, the rest of the team arrived. Just enough for the Flawless to come through.
We'll see where they want to try and lean things at the moment too. For the Showers, control and a bit of a crunch play. Well facilitated by T1. Buzz and Izu, the duelists getting the job done. Even bloody hungry for some more. Saturate in. Marco should be dead. Flash to add insult to injury. And the round is done.
Ridiculously dead to rights. That's a hell of a play. Continuing to peek out B-Long as well. There's just no chance, no opportunity for any of the DRX players. I mean, Bane's just twiddle thumbs. What other sayings are there?
Flawless.
Podcast?
Not even.
Nah, don't really need the time for that one. Another very clean round to come through from T1 with a very decisive game plan call off the rip. See a little bit more action nice and early over at the B side of the map. A longer play down and deep. Haunt destroyed off on the line. And the success rate is good.
Oh, bang on, Komodo. He's hunting down for a second, but that's where Hyunmin will shut him up.
Yep. Too eager for that. And now it's the time for Meteor to activate super early, which I believe Freeing has actually spotted as well. So you probably want to be triple planting, flipping the map. Taking out Meteor before you even go for that one is nice, but you don't even do that, Marco falls.
Crazy shot from Meteor, but at least the paint shells were there. Unfortunately, though, that means they do lose a bit of initiative.
Well, this is just going to be a Buzz conversion pass over towards the Lambs angle if I've ever seen one.
Perfect line for it as well. The Prowler, initial scouting. And now it just goes off to the half of the site. Munchkin coming through off of it as well. Buzz able to relay forward after Stax has fallen. Only one left is Freeing with 0 util. He's hiding inside of the smoke, hoping to be able to spring forward as Spike gets tabbed. He just goes off all of a sudden, and that's where he takes down Buzz. Still full health. Munchkin fires off a warning shot onto that shorty. Comes back in on a different angle, but Freeing still snaps on. The Red Bull clutch for DRX.
Timeout feeling more favorable for them. In a line that Hermes needs to first and foremost be aware of. Push Stax back. Just with the presence of destroying the Prowler and a progressive smoke of your own. There's Izu. I mentioned Hermes had to be careful of it.
Ridiculous.
Freeing as well on the chopping board. Diced up.
Second one. Buzz at the same time also went peeking a little bit outside the teleporter. Not seeing too much outside of A short should inform T1 as to where DRX are.
You got the rotations already starting to come from T1 as well. Some extra time being bought by the smokes being deployed, which you just have to disrespect here. They'll fade at, what, the 15-second mark, essentially? You're not waiting to 15 seconds to go. You're calling it early. You're at deficit here.
Unfortunately, they didn't do that, so T1 looked to close in on the angles. Not even able to break out of Garden. Just Hyunmin.
And this is going to be massive as well for T1. The fact that they hold onto the pit, they hold onto the dimensional drift, build up to closer towards a couple of the extra ultimates. Buzz, he gets a little bit too hungry for that one, as Hyunmin now will try and hold on to the weapon and bring a showstopper into the next round to hold on. We've got a lot of ultimates for DRX to use as well, and for poor old Hyunmin, caught just at the tail end of the next round. Didn't retreat completely to A, still here to reinsert himself. DRX have, for their control, a bit of long. And Stax just walks in, catching Hermes.
Well, I thought he had a line for Nightfall, but actually the peak instead. Now on towards where Buzz is.
Many T1 members over at this A site right now as DRX. 30 seconds to go. And you got to bully yourself through Stax.
Who's looking to redeem himself as well. Does back away off of the initial angle, but falls to the showstopper at the end. Quick rotations coming through now from T1.
And Freeing has to take that TP really early to not play a little bit of a flanking rotator perhaps, because the pit is what you want to be deployed on towards the site. So it's good awareness that you needed to bring that over. It's an even better incendiary from Munchkin, though, cooking Hyunmin alive.
Painful.
Hit for pit and Waylay out going in.
Covers so much as well. As Bane, you just hope to look for as many kills as possible, spamming through. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be the trade. And at the same time, for Freeing to spring his trap, Mako managing to hold his own. Time ticking away. T1 just hoping to be able to find Freeing at the right time, but Freeing goes off again. Munchkin gets the kill at the end, sticks the defuse. It's a different outcome this time. It always takes up so much time. Look at Buzz.
Yeah, well, Hermes is going to probably Pinocchio around the corner with this operator, and it might very well be Buzz to find it. That's the clone. Shot, baited in. Can Hermes find the very important kill right now? Yes, he can.
Center mass. Perfect square on. Instant reaction with the orbital strike from Munchkin, however, so it does buy a little bit of time for the rest of T1 to get in close enough. Nightfall as well. Stacks landing a shot backside. The rest of DRX trying to break on through.
And you got to wait through all of these flames so that you are going to be able to carry on. All the health comes on back right now, and it is going to be a scrappy fight when you look for the plant to go on down. Not going to be able to deny it, though.
And neither side has any more utility left, so it all comes down to the angles and the peaks. Smoke's just waiting to fall.
Very late flank from Meteor here too, by the way.
Could work out of time correctly, but for now, DRX able to stand tall with the angles being held. Bane, Hyunmin, Mako, and all that's left, Meteor. Fortunately, took a little bit too long, just as you mentioned, Komodo.
And not opting to go for a 3-2-1 Pete together. Play for the round, play for the spike, maximize your chances here as DRX to, well, gather a very, very required round. 8-4, as I said, necessary here in terms of a 9-3. And Meteor, well, I thought for a second we're going to be padding some stats and going to save the gun for the next half, but we do all end.
Switching.
Let it expire.
50 seconds to
go.
Buzz, full util classic.
Oh, wow, in with the saturate. Hermes, though, able to respond, just stopping Izu as he tried to pass. Gunman now springing forward, finds two shots into his opponent's back of skulls.
Do they know that Munchkin is already here, sneaking through triple? They do not, but now aware. 1 versus 3, turn 1 versus 2, plant to be established.
Spike planted.
Look at him, though. Sneaky beaky. Does Munchkin expect it? He managed to back off just in time. It has to anticipate a possible double swing. He's continuing to watch his smoke, or at least to obfuscate himself away from the angle. Finds the first pop. And here comes Freeing. Was he crouched?
He just gets on the right line. In the passive play, taking the fight, knowing that his opponent might read into that being a bit of a fake tap. And is the better stacked site for DRX.
Spotted.
Yeah, it's a cheeky little shot towards his body. Now they're just going to try and layer all the utility on towards him. Hits the TP. And his own one towards the A site. Marco, though, not going to be eaten by the utility. Or rather, yes, he is. The C's going to be getting him. But the incendiary buys time before they can get in towards the site. Now T1 look to establish a plant.
Pretty much a good foothold over the site established as well, Komodo. Oh my goodness, that was so quick.
You know, Hermes is just saving this operator right now. The rest of the boys try and remove some of these guns from T1's possession.
Yeah. Despite the positioning from DRX, which was pretty good, still completely sussed out by T1. The experience speaking volumes right now, and spotting Freeing out by the shoulder. Oh, he goes in for it. What the Marshall headshot.
I mean, Freeing has so many chances to just line up where Meteor was on that line. He did not budge.
Yeah. Yeah, T1's not going to have any more of that.
Toxin screen down.
First buy round for T1, and the bonus for DRX not going the way of them, but they will retain this operator, which is going to be a necessary item, you would say. If we look at how Izu was piloting that over on the first half, it was paramount to a lot of great opening rounds, and then...
Yeah, snake bite, get out. Does give T1 quite a bit of space to work off of, though. Hermes, meanwhile, good little jump peek coming out from Stacks. Prowler should confirm it, so the whole team now just being cautious around these little corners, around these angles. Coming in to break through lamps, but Freeing manages to hold his ground. Double kill. And 3 T1 players stopped dead in their tracks.
Spam on towards Izu. Gonna be very unfortunate to get out of here. Does good work to get it away with one. But as Stax can't finish any other opponents as well, it starts to become a bit grim for the chances of T1 to protect this spike. And now Freeing is multi-fragging up. Izu has 1 HP. The job is done. The defuse is there. DRX find a pretty clean hold. Well, Bane needs to back out. He had any idea of what was around the corner right here, he would think better of this one. It's good to see that only one member of T1 does destroy that Prowler, but now they want to just ramp up towards this site immediately. There's Hermes.
Just sacking it into the site. Unfortunately, not quite enough clearing like you would have hoped, Komodo. Unfortunately, T1 will have to hang around, especially with the mollies tossed at their feet.
Everyone has relinquished control of this A site at the moment for DRX, and unfortunately, the opportunity window has closed for T1. No fresh air. Swinging on through that one.
Oh.
Meteor finds Marco. Lives to tell the tale healthily.
Not quite the 4-1 that you would know them for, but still leaving Meteor to lurk around.
This is where mid-round calling becomes paramount for both of these teams at the moment. What do you feel like might be coming over towards the A site? What can you do with this wall at the moment as Meteor to allow Munchkin to get in? There goes Hermes. That's how you dispatch the operator. But has Hyunmin, by his lonesome self over at this A site, put himself in the right position? 20 seconds to go, by the way. If he finds Munchkin, which he does now, priority to deny this plant from the rocket may very well just do it, locking them out of the showers and sealing the deal onto Stax. Hyunmin looking for 4. And he finds it as well.
I could not have said it better myself, Komodo. You are the superior caster, but yeah.
Of which Marco only has 1, so he can pop that down at the right timing and lock you out of hookah yet again.
Trying to go in for it anyways. Bucky kills, the Sheriff shots landing square on this time.
30 seconds left.
After a round like what we just saw, you wouldn't think that they would drop it like this, but lo and behold, now you've got Nightfall set into sight.
This is not what the Prophet foretold for DRX at the moment in a very superior round.
A sudden round, which should have been DRX's. They will still push forward though, but now slowly getting spotted. Stax low HP will fall. Buzz with convergent paths.
They're expecting it though. Look at the reposition that they start to come out with. Now the pit protects Hermes.
Still, just play for time, perhaps enough.
One enemy
Might do the trick, Buzz. Really low, but he looks to play around with Refract.
Cheeky.
Is that still enough time? Goes back in, spots him by the head! A thrifty pull out of nowhere! T1 once again extends their lead.
DRX again have to fight tooth and nail on this defensive side.
Hermes does have the up once more though, but look at the dive in from Buzz! Absolutely feral onto the site.
Rest of the team though, going to start to make their way over to the site as well for DRX as the plant starts to go down for Stax. Hermes sending it in, denying Izu in a 3 vs 3.
Just walking through the snake bite as well, ridiculous. Still though, Spike in their hands, T1 will get it down nonetheless.
Hermes goes into Dimensional Drift as well, so he needs the team to start to be able to back him up. Bane with a seize could lob that in. They can try to play for this one as they push Meteor out of the pit. They're trying to laser beam onto him.
Managed to do just a bit, but still Buzz all around the corners. He finds a third. Munchkin's still alive as well, perhaps undetected. Now inside a bath, but behind is where Hermes doesn't expect Buzz. A quad kill. Izu will try to apply some pressure for now at least. Dimensional Drift into sight, immediate smokes drawn out. But here come Convergent Paths as well. Perfectly catches onto one. Mako into the corner though, tries to play around, but unfortunately cannot go turret mode. It's gonna be Stax pushing on through. Munchkin as well covering the back ends, and that leaves Freeing alone and cold. He wants to go out of the smoke, but he can't. Spike getting planted as well. He will just take a little peek, but unfortunately that's where he gets absolutely decapitated. 13-8. That will be the score.